Look at this, look at this. We are having fish for breakfast here today. Now, look, the video may not upload until later on today. Give people a chance maybe to check out that Albany recap that I posted last night, and mighty fine one it was. Unknown date, apparently. I'm going to try to get the date right here, and the venue, the state, everything. I've messed that up a couple times this week. This was June 20th, 2009, Wisconsin, East Troy, Alpine Valley. Look at that. I was at the show, one of the first of two nights there, and one of the final shows, I actually went to a show with a group of people. Went to a show the next night with some people, and then Wrigley in, what was it, 2015, I guess those Wrigley shows all the way back now? No, 16, whenever those Wrigley shows were. Well, anyways, never mind all that. So, and, I got some thoughts on the crowd over here. We get a good start here. I'll punch you in the eye. Jim, Stash, pretty much boom, boom, boom. And then the YaMar really keeps it going. Bathtub Gin keeps it going. Maybe the highlight of the first set was the Bathtub Gin. Antelope got pretty wild. But then the Kill Devil Falls also very strong. Songs like Kill Devil Falls, maybe Jim, songs that they could fall back on and really dominate seem to be the one. Now, Waves over here, as you see. But then the train song, Farmhouse, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the crowd wasn't fully into this. It was tough to tell from the recording. I don't recall from being there. I don't recall a lot about this show, really. Somewhat of a forgettable show, I will say. Like I said, a strong end here with Antelope, of course. Although, it was an Antelope that didn't take too many turns at all, really. Just kind of ran through it. So we get this strong start here. The bases are loaded, or the bases are no longer loaded. YaMar knocked one in, and then Jin clears the bases. Kill Devil Falls follows that up, and then we get a little bit of a let's slow down for train song. Also Farmhouse, and maybe a guitar player out there can tell me. I think maybe you have before. I'm always hearing Bob Marley in these live Farmhouse songs. Just Farmhouse, not the whole album, and then Sparkle. I've never been a big Sparkle guy, but all right. So Trey got to show off there, sounding very nice. Mike here, showing some strong vocals for Mike there. So then we get over here to Waves, another one, starting out the set great. Trey getting a chance to show off and sample in a jar, a little bit of both Paige and Trey and Maze. Then we take a little bit of a turn here into Makisupa. Let's get a little silly, have some fun. Maybe Trey's still trying to feel the crowd. I know my drunk friends, I feel like there was probably a lot of drunk people at this show, including my two friends. We had a pretty solid spot on the lawn, all the way up till somewhere around here. I just remember lots of texting with the part of the crew that I was with that were totally happy where we were, what was going on. I'm a big Maze guy. Maze, one of my favorite songs then, still is really. And, they're drunk and just somewhere else. They went to get even more beer and just slamming, I don't know, spotted cows or something all night long. Look, I might have had a spotted cow or two, but that was it, over like a 5-hour period. They were having like 2 per hour for 5 hours, I think, maybe. So at this point, everything got out of hand, maybe with the entire crowd. And let's not to fast forward through Ghost and Lizards. I'll get back to that. But what I'm touching on here is the YEM. It's just kind of cut short. Everything's going nicely. It's a good YEM. We get to the point where Trey is probably just going to set the place on fire, but he's kind of reluctant. He's choosing not to. So then Mike and Paige is really trying to push him along a little bit. Like, come on, Trey, man. Dude, dominate, man. This is your chance. Did you blow it on Farmhouse and sample in a jar? Certainly not. Well, it just never came to be. The band then finally was like, all right, I guess we're just going to jam, man. We're going to go Albany style. No. Could not be the case. It's just like Trey never took off, never given Mike his chance. And then they just go right into NICU, and the crowd absolutely pops for NICU, which was, there's no way they lost them at Lizards. People love Lizards. I remember being there. Everybody loved Lizards, me included. The Ghost Jam was good. It wasn't, in fact, the Ghost Jam really started to pick up by the end. So if they lost people there, they lost people during YEM. What was going on in 2009? But they sure erupted for NICU, I'll say. So maybe that's what Trey was feeling. He was like, finally, I figured it out, man. This crowd kind of wants to sing or dance or sing and dance, I don't know why he played Prince Caspian then. Who the fuck's singing or dancing to that one? And then Waste, okay, you can sing. And then Fire, boy, you better get your dancing shoes ready for Fire. And it was, he smoked it. And then we got a Miles Davis tease here in Character Zero. Somewhere around the 3.5 minute mark. By 3:40, you're really hearing it. Little Jean-Pierre there, one of Trey's favorites. Giving that Zero a little spice. I've said it before. If you're having a bad set, maybe the crowd's not into the set, hit them with a Zero. You know, you're right there. Do it. You've already played Waste and Fire. So maybe that was a bit of the downer here, you know. Like, it just seemed like they had totally, people talk about ripcord. They ripcorded the whole night in that YEM. But then, like I said, many times already in Mike's bass, Mike kind of made up for his lack of showing off in YN. He got his chance in NICU. I don't know. Fishman, Steady Eddie, of course. Paige's grandpa shouted out YaMar, of course. No, Mike's grandpa. I'm sorry. Paige playing for Mike's grandpa. Father. Grandfather. Mike's father's granddad on June 18th. No, I don't know. So that was it, you know. And a train song. I like train song. It's not bad. But, you know, then with Farmhouse and Sparkle, it started to happen over here, too. You know. I had one guy was complaining that the ratings have been removed from .net. Add any show to your shows and then go to your shows and you can see the rating for that show. Temporarily, I don't know what's going on. This one, I give it a 3.9 out of 6. I got a 6-point scale. It's a 3.9 for sure. It's a hard 3.9. You know, we were headed maybe into the 4.5 point like kind of area. And then, I don't know, we had a nice YEM going. It was nice. No vocal jam, though. I give it 5 stars just for no vocal jam, man. All these shows you guys have been requesting. This was for, oh yeah, I should say, this was for user D4MY420. A lot of letters and numbers in this guy's name. Thank you for joining. And this was, it was nice to revisit. Like I said, this was a show that I was at, a somewhat forgettable show. I loved hearing the Miles Davis tease, trying to decipher why they bailed on a YEM, my beloved YEM. The Ghost was nice. I'm going to go back and immediately listen to the Ghost because I got to tell you, on the Live Phish app, I was already remembering, like, yeah, that's right. You know, the Lizards, the part that matters in Lizards was real nice. I remember just being there like, oh, I don't know what I was doing during Lizards. Or I wanted to grab my friend's beer and dump it on his head, though, somewhere around that Ghost. Maybe that's what was going on in Ghost because I remember just being furious during Maze. Like, what's going on with these text exchanges and these people? I know what happened. They left, they went to get beer, and they just kind of moseyed off to some spot. They were like, I thought this is where we were. All right, guys, we've went way too long. Sorry I talked so much about my mediocre experience at the show, and yeah. All right. Hope I don't look too, yeah, see, next to this whiteboard, I look like I have a tan. This was my friend if he would have had to drive home from Alpine. All right, guys, boom, we're out of here. Let's just wait till 8 minutes. Why not? All right, guys. No, I'm serious. We're out of here. What do we have on deck? We got a show from 97, December 29th, I believe. And then I think we're jumping back into 09. All right. So we got a couple more. We got a few more to go, actually. All right. It's going well. Maybe too well. What will I do if I get like 32 members? I promised people a show a month. I thought I'd get 2 people, really. So far, we're not at 32, so no worries.